When Psychology in Seattle was watching these video clips of Ethan, he said that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug. What are we saying? He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good ass whooping is what he needs. He's the one who attacked first. I didn't plan on making a content cop on H3. It sounds very stupid even saying that. If I would imagine this in 2016, I would have been like, oh yeah, if I ever do that, it's gotta be because I lose the plot. Well, it turns out it's not me losing the plot, it's Ethan.
It's so bad. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday wherever you are in the world. We've got a big piping bit of slop to cover today. The good kind of slop that just gets your belly full. And what I'm talking about is the Content Cop revival, where after many, many years, he has reawakened to come back to go after one of his old friends like a little pathetic, spineless rat. Now, before I get into this, I want to clarify why him going after Ethan shocked me so much. For one, they have been friends for quite a while, and second of all, they had a bit of a messy breakup where Ian and Nisa were not willing to stand up for Ethan and Hila by doing the smallest thing possible during the Jardia controversy, where this psycho form editor and friend of theirs was alleging that Ethan's kids were eating doo-doo feces all over his house, and all Ethan wanted from Ian was a comment disavowing that and saying that it's incorrect. But his silence was deafening. So after you become that spineless, right, how can you have the balls to go after a friendship you tarnished? Well, you can't, at least not respectfully, which is exactly what happened with this Content Cop. This godforsaken puff piece that I know for a fact was fueled by Hassan and his little freaks, 100%. So boys and girls, go grab your snacks and watch this video with me, if you will. Now I will clarify now, like there's 3 segments to this video of my video I want to cover. Number 1 is the Froggy Tonic stuff, the Jardia stuff. Second of all, the Burden part and his employees, even employees I mean. And third of all, the Sabra tier list. Holy fuck. But before I get to that, let me show this guy's mess of a video and how insulting it is, right? It's so fun, let me show it. So the video starts with him, you know, laying on his couch like a fat ass, scratching his fucking big belly, and he looks disgusting in general, okay?
Because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group.
And he's watching a clip from Ethan being like, I hate these people, they ruined my life. And he's like, what is bro yapping about? Like, this is such a joke.
That anybody who says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one.
Oh my god, he looks at the Content Cop outfit. Also, by the way, this is like such like nostalgia bait. It's hilarious. Look at this shit. Guys, do you remember Content Cop? Yeah, it's coming back to go after one of his old friends, like a fucking cook. God, and also skip forward a bit. What is this stuff, dude? He can't even take it seriously. I mean, Content Cop was never serious, you know, at all, at any point. But like, what is this stuff anyways, regardless? I don't want to see that. And then skipping forward, why did I say that this puff piece was fueled by Hassan? Just watch.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hassan broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in California, Los Angeles. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. I have a very important announcement. I finally did.
What is it?
I watched Ethan Klein's Content Nuke.
Oh my god. Okay, then skip forward. Who shows up? Also, by the way, you can tell it's real because they have the same font for the Twitch chat. That's definitely the same Roman numeral font they have for the chats. Definitely.
Ethan is more attractive than me, both. Including right about that. Wake up. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Wakey,
Oh my god, Ruffles!
wake up. Time to
Okay, the joke's done. Okay, I'm sick of this. Oh, and denims, yes, our favorite fucking creator, denims. Okay, I hate this part as well because the joke is, you know, they keep on repeating.
wake up. Wake up.
Wake up, Ethan, wake up, Ethan. This is the one time I think Ethan has a right to say that these people are gaslighting him, being like, no, Ethan, you're not rightfully angry at us, you're fucking delusional. Wake up, Ethan, wake up, you're crazy in the head. This is actually offensive. Like, this is like, you know, what they did in like 1900. It's like that like Eric Andre build, you know, he's like going around the autistic club, like, nightmare. Okay, but now to really get into the gripes I have for this video, he covers the Froggy Tonic stuff, which by the way, okay, if you went after Ethan, you're initially, like, I even made replies on tweets being like, there's no way go after Ethan, because, you know, that would be incredibly spineless, but like, right now, I stand corrected, because I mean, even this video, you know, he tries to attempt it, you know, to argue against it, but he feels it so bad. If I was in the studio, you know, I wouldn't even touch it with a 10-foot long pole, but he tries to, and it fails horribly. So if you want, you know, a quick reconnection, a quick catch up, I already gave you one, but whatever. You have this fucking psycho editor, Frogitonic, being like, oh my god, you know, Hila and Ethan, they're bad parents. Their kids get jolly from eating doo-doo feces, right? And all Ian had to do, you know, to defend. I mean, Anissa made a comment on his subreddit being like, okay, he's just a former editor, we're not really friends. I mean, there's a picture we know he went to the fucking creator clash, but whatever. But all they had to do, you know, to save the friendship with Ethan and Hila and between Ian, you know, all they had to do was make a comment, be like, hey, listen, he's crazy, he's wrong about this, it's not true. But he couldn't even do that, okay? So what's his offense, you know, for not being able to do, you know, having his hands tied behind his back? Let's watch it.
Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure. Ethan, at some point, discovers that...
What about the Jardia stuff? The Jardia.
Idubbbz' former editor says this horrendous shit about him and Hila. But no one's asking the question, where does Ethan get this information from? You see, it would be very obviously a problem if Ethan was discovering this content by scrolling through Twitter looking for something to upset himself with. He has maybe set it up in such a way where his employees feel the need to send him this information, and that would be horrible. They shouldn't be doing that. They should be sending you things that are entertaining for your show that don't fucking trigger the hell out of you. Why is there so much
well, guess what, you know, Ethan's, you know, a much more mentally stable person than you, Ian, believe it or not. I was going for, you know, to the actual, the more egregious part, actually.
So yes, I am willing to admit that my former editor was being very nasty, uncharitable, and fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. But...
Good job. After like nearly 2 months, 3 months maybe, he's admitting to it now. My god. Where was all of this, you know, before?
Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast. So, I don't want to fucking hear it.
Terrorist supporter.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Now I'm going to...
He plays the clip, you know, these people, you know, they try about, you know, clip jimping, but they take the same clips of Ethan and put them, you know, in a bad light, where in that scene when you're called pedophile, he says, you know, again, like, okay, maybe he's not, but he cut out the context. You people are such crybabies, holy shit.
Streams where Ethan and Hila call us spineless cowards.
Anyway, this guy was saying shit like that Hila's a Nazi, that she kills kids, that she went on like, she's a IDF baby killer, all this types of shit. And that's showing up right up on Anissa's and Idubbbz' feed. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
You don't know what's on my feed. What the fuck?
Okay, good point. Maybe you didn't see it on your feed, but you definitely acknowledged it because your fucking wife Anissa, you know, replied to it on a subreddit, so you definitely know about it. Just drop your comment, that's it. Don't be so pathetic.
For all you know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out by my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not gonna throw someone away
before then,
because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like I'm not gonna throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a parasocial weird crash out.
How many women?
This is insane, dude. He compares Ethan to that psycho Frogitonic. Holy fuck. Okay, but just summarize this, you know. Essentially, he says that, you know, Frogitonic was an editor, you know, that's it. Some random glub shitto. He hasn't talked to him like in over a year. Fine. But like, the irony is so painful, right? If he's like a random nobody that you barely talk to anymore, they just disavow him. Or just drop a comment being like, hey, you know, he's full of shit. He's lying about this, or he's incorrect. Like, even just said in that podcast before, back then, all you have to say is just being like, hey, you know, I went to Ethan's house, it's clean, there's not fucking dog feces all over the house, all over the walls. Just say that. But for some reason, he wants to defend, you know, he doesn't want you to disavow this random guy he barely knows. He quote unquote barely knows. So it's such a bizarre, ironic dichotomy where, like, you know, you would easily drop him, but you can't, because once again, you're spineless, you can barely take any actions. Bro, oh my god, bro, I just saw the next timestamp I have. Okay, so he runs defense for himself, but then for Anissa's defense, look at this part. It's egregious.
Of course I was gonna stand by you. That's insane. It's absolutely insane and disgusting. But now you choose to hang out with people that would have a problem with you if you defended me.
I'm not gonna assume that Hila knows, but I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish. For anyone
Okay, so Hila makes a point, you know, like, oh, I defended Anissa back then, like a good friend. Guys, believe it or not, a good friend defends, you know, their other friends, right? So Hila's confused, you know, why won't she stand up for me? This is Ian's excuse, his explanation.
unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is very well familiar with the propaganda and the shit coming out of Israel. Choosing now, out of all the times, to be like, please defend me. No, we're not gonna fucking defend you.
You are so full of shit. My God. So his reason, you know, for why his girlfriend or his wife won't defend her is because he's Israeli. She's half Lebanese. Hila, the stinky Jew, she's Israeli. God, I'm not gonna defend her. This part should be cut out. You know, I dislike Ian, right? But for in his own best interest, cut that out. That looks so bad. Okay, even you know waves the anti-Semitic flag all the time. You know, but it's the one time he has a right to. Cause you just said in that clip, she's not gonna defend Hila because he's Israeli. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You can't expect other people to stop harassing you if you continue to harass people. Let's think about it on a micro level. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop. It can literally go on forever.
I don't get why Ian does this, where like he compares every single drama, no matter how big it is, to just a petty argument. You know, he was calling the Ethan and Hassan drama very petty, you know, just duke it out in a boxing match. My God. So he's inflating this drama, this very serious conflict, you know, between Ethan and Hassan as just a comment section argument. That's it. You know, Ethan, who gives a shit about the people calling CPS on your kids? Don't worry about that. Because if you talk about it more on your podcast, it's gonna fuel it. This guy's so worried about drama, he barely fights back against it. Apart from now, you know, for some reason, now 3 years later being like, okay, I don't really like Content Cop anymore. Now he's reviving it when it suits him. Fuck you, dude. Okay, so that part's retarded, but this next section is like in its own league of being retarded, because like he calls even a bitch-made coward because he won't go after bigger people. Here's a list of people he should go after. Let me show it. So he has like a boycott list, you know, of all the people he should go after, like Frogan, Denims, and Noah Samson, right? Then below that, you know, like the second tier, medium level, is like let me show it, himself, his wife, and just small degree Hassan, but whatever. And then on the lowest level, this is people that he should go after, but he doesn't because he's a coward.
Third tier of creators that exist below Hassan but are still anti-Ethan. But Ethan really doesn't want to bring
allegedly they're anti-Ethan.
your attention to these ones because it's kind of unpopular, you know? A lot of them are famous. It's no coincidence that Ethan stays silent when these powerful, popular men are supporting Hassan. It's because Ethan is a coward. He's a bitch-made coward. I think Ethan...
Oh my God, this makes no sense. So he's saying, like, you know, these people should be boycotted because they're anti-Ethan, right? For the point of Theo Vaughn, you know, he's anti-Ethan because he has Hassan on. I think Theo Vaughn barely gives a shit about that drama. Fair enough, whatever. Stavros, that fat guy, no offense, that fat guy on the top left, here's a clip where he's anti-Ethan, and Ethan, you know, should go after him for some reason.
I actually saw a really interesting video about you, man, and I don't know that I'm even comfortable being here anymore.
Oh no.
It really kind of shed light on you in a way.
Yeah.
You kind of like have leftist politics and stuff like that, and I actually feel betrayed.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually just here to let you know this is the last time I'm ever coming.
You don't
My
fire...
God, why didn't Ethan condemn Stavros, a big guy, for that? You know, big, like, popular, and big, like, you get what I mean? But also, I want to go back to that for a second. He called Ethan a coward for not going after people like Theo Vaughn and Stavros. People that completely isolated from his drama. They barely have any interaction because they don't give a shit. And bro, that's so egregious. Calling Ethan a coward, a bitch-made coward. The fucking pot calling the kettle black. Holy shit. Except Ethan, you know, unlike him, he's not a coward at all. You're a rat. You're like miles below him. Admit it. Now for this section of part 1, the Froggy Tonic stuff, before we move on, there was a part where like, oh my God, this part pissed me off. He plays a clip of Hila out of context with, you know, not addressing what happened after. If you remember, she was calling that insane Israeli government member, you know, a good guy, Netanyahu, whatever, where he got kicked out. She's like, oh, I think that guy's, you know, good. Unfortunately for her, she didn't know who he was fully, and she just liked him because she saw that he was advocating for the war to stop, the whole conflict to end, right? But then later on, she literally apologized for that in an Ethan Klein video, being like, I'm sorry, I had no idea who he was, I apologize for that. She apologized for it, but Ian, like a fucking bad faith actor, still plays that, being like, oh my god, she does hate Muslims, she hates Palestinians, what a piece of shit. This guy just sucks deep to the bone.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
He looked mean. I thought he was mean just because he looked mean.
I shouldn't have used that word. That was a bad choice on my part, considering stuff that he has said that I was not even thinking of.
And so later on, this is a very bizarre point, but Ian calls fucking Ethan a hypocrite because, you know, he wasn't willing, Ian wasn't willing to disavow his former editor and friend, Foggy. Meanwhile, he won't disavow his other friend who's friendly or has connections with Andrew Tate. Let me show his example.
I just don't see how you can be my friend and also be friends with someone like that.
Well, you can't. So I already forgot about you.
I actually have a lot of friendships that are kind of that way, where it's like, you know, one of the friends doesn't fuck with the other friend, but there is someone in the middle who kind of fucks with both of them.
Fucking Steiny, okay? This example of Ethan, Steiny, Andrew Tate does not apply because Ethan actually gave shit on Steiny. If you go watch the episode, you know, recent one, like 2 weeks ago, he literally called out Steiny on the show live. He made fun of him, he called him out, and he criticized him. What you did, you know, was much worse because you barely attempted, you know, to make a comment on the situation because, oh, you hate drama. You're much more pathetic than Ethan. Ethan's like fucking miles above you, okay? Don't even pretend it. Okay, so that was part one, now part two. The button. He acts like, okay, if you know about the button, you know, yeah, it's a part where it's a little device where Ethan presses on it and he can mute himself, you know, visually and audio-wise, sorry, for 30 seconds, I believe. Now look at this segment, how it starts, please.
A video and you've got an audio. We're hitting both.
He plays a compilation of all the times, you know, he pressed it, be like, oh my god, he's so childish. Look at this stuff. Oh, what a moron. He was on a button, you know, to save himself. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I think let me mute for a second, every single streamer would have this fucking thing. It's a fucking lifesaver. You know, it helps you out so much. Why would you not want this? But you know, when Ethan uses it, you know, he's being a child, you know, he can't control himself, he can't censor himself. My god, what a fucking child. Also, by the way, FYI, he plays every single clip like, you know, it's after he said something bad, you know, something racist, problematic, when in reality, he just presses whenever he wants, you know, at control, because he just wants to. That's it, you know, not every single instance, you know, it was a bad fucking time.
Well, I've looked at Olivia and she's like, yes, do it.
Now let's talk about the button. Ethan got this button, or kill switch, as a response to the controversy with
he censored Cutie's Cinderella.
Cutie
for
Cinderella.
crying.
He was not able to control himself in that moment, and instead of figuring out how he can change his behavior, he spent $20,000.
Okay, I will admit, that's a lot of money for a fucking piece of plastic with some cables. I'll admit.
They were like, we would kill button that right now if we could. I can't change who I am.
I know. That's why the kill button is on its way.
That's it. See, exactly.
He uses the button for everything. If his jokes don't land, he's hitting the button.
It was being presented as if this the Jordan
that's
Bryan thing.
like,
I hit the button.
that's funnier than the actual joke by itself. Like, I don't even know it, but
I don't
that's
think
funnier.
I needed to, but you guys were giving me crickets, so I panicked.
If he's insecure about getting something wrong, he's hitting the button.
But okay.
You but
What? What on this frame could Ethan have responded to? Perhaps the country flag that he got wrong? Maybe. I don't know.
If he goes on a problematic tirade, he's hitting the button.
Before, look how sad. But yeah, it's not just that. Like,
this is more proof that any streamer would want this. This is awesome. Would you not want
you guys
this?
are all wrong on this one.
Okay, it's more so like what he says after this segment.
I don't
know.
think he's unique in hitting the button. I think if all of us had buttons, we'd hit the button all the time. But if you don't have it, you operate differently. You think about what you're saying. You maybe plan for your show a little bit more. You maybe say, I'm not going to have my podcast be an emotional dumping ground for today. You instead say, ooh, it's important that we stay on topic. Also,
so essentially, it's bad that Ethan is honest with his fans. It's honest. He fucks up sometimes, and he's human. Every streamer, by Ian's definition, should be fucking fake as shit. Should be double faced. They act one way off camera, but then while they're streaming, they act serious 100%. Yep. They have all the facts ready on hand. That makes no sense. Like I said before, any streamer would want that because it makes them be calm. If they fuck up by accident, and also any bad jokes, they can cut it out. And that results. Everybody loves people when they're more honest. It's much more entertaining. But I guess at this point, he uses it as an example of even being mentally deranged, and he needs that fucking accessory to save his career. That's so dumb. You're so full of shit. Well, by the way, if Ian had his own show, right, he would press that shit non-stop, I promise you. And then going fast forward, right, he brings up about how the H3 show has a toxic working environment, because whenever Ethan goes, goblin mode, he goes so crazy that he can't have fun. Dan, Olivia, everybody else, Love, they can't have fun anymore. They feel scared. Let me play real quick.
The one time the button didn't work and we listened to how he spoke to AB without thinking that the internet was going to hear it, it was rude, it was nasty, and it didn't have this caveat of I'm not mad at you. It was anger, and it was uncalled for.
I should probably preface as well. He plays a clip where Ethan yells at AB for wanting to take a break for whatever reason. Listen how bad he fucking yells at AB.
Yeah,
what a bad boss.
You're doing it.
What are you
It's
doing?
so awkward and terrible.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Just this is what I'm talking about when it's always
We need to get home for our kids.
It's bro.
Oh no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I just thought about finishing Wednesday.
On Friday.
Is it?
You guys,
All right, I'm taking my hand off.
Oh my god, dude. I think AB got a black eye from that, allegedly. No, not at all. I would say Ian's good point, his only good point in this video was that it was a bit pathetic how Ethan walked it back immediately when he realized that the button didn't work.
What? Okay, well,
all that.
thanks, button.
And he didn't want to take accountability for it. He immediately wanted to deflect, and he wanted to say that the button fucked him.
First of all, I appreciate
That's a bit of I'll agree. Our handshake Ian on this point is a bit pathetic. That's it.
The show is what it is, and
I know.
it makes it.
I was being selfish.
No, dude, that button me, dude. Can you imagine that button me over like that?
The button fucked you?
That was I'll say that much about for Ian. But then that good sentiment I got from Ian was fucked, because later on, around 44 minutes, he treats AB and Ina, his wife as well, I think they're both Lebanese, he treats them like fucking children. Look at this part.
Also, let's talk about AB and Lena, two Lebanese employees, and you just continue to talk about the conflict like they don't exist.
What?
It would be nicer, a lot nicer, for you to shut the fuck up about it. You're allowed to do that.
Hezbollah and
Oh my god, I can't fucking take this shit. Okay, so Ethan, has these two employees with both Lebanese, and he's hurting their feelings by talking about this conflict. What the fuck are you on about? They're not children. They can handle this shit, right? They probably appreciate this. They see a conflict going on around near the home region, I believe, and they want to talk about this. Of course, they want to make it public. There should be a conversation about it. And also, who are you to tell Ethan to not talk about it? He has a right to. It's fucking conflict. How can you not talk about it? So okay, hypothetically, let me be very charitable to Ian. If it really made AB and his wife uncomfortable, why don't you stand up and go get a coffee, go to the toilet, whatever, for a bit of time? But that wouldn't matter, because once again, they're not children. They're fucking grown ass people. They can talk about the conflict. They're like, oh my god, I can't talk about this. Fuck off, dude. Okay, so that was part 2, número 2. Now for número 3, I forgot almost how to say it. For part 3, let's talk about the supper tier list, right? For a quick recounting, you had Frogan and Denims and 2 other random people go to a Twitch convention and a tier list, best people, Arab people, whatever. Bottom list, F tier, Jewish people eating hummus, right? If you probably know what's already, it was a big part of the drama for a long time, but my biggest fucking gripe with Ian's video was probably this part, because he recounts Ian's issue with it so badly. He barely gives a description of what was wrong with it. It's so fucking dumb. I mean, it makes sense, because this argument can only work if you're a fucking retard like Ian. But let me play it either way.
Called the Who Can Say Habibi tier list. It was presented at TwitchCon as a panel that was just meant to be lighthearted and fun. And Ethan Klein saw that, and he decided that it was anti-Semitic.
tier list them, and we're going to need your help to discuss and figure out who can say Habibi and who can't. And also, we have tiers. We have Arab coded. They ask permission to say Habibi. You know, like you've got like a white guy who's like, "Can I say it? Is it a slur?" And then Love Sabra, which is they're not Arab coded at all.
Now, when I first saw this tier list, I immediately knew what it was doing. I was like, oh, it's a play on the who has the N-word pass and who doesn't.
Right, because you got fucking lucky, and they put the back part with black text on a red background, so you barely read it. You barely read it, like most people. You fucking idiot.
Granted, Habibi is very different than the N-word, but it is a cultural word amongst Arabic-speaking people and Muslim people. Like that is a word that's used. Habibi, it means my love. Oh no, don't
man,
do that,
you probably got
Habibi.
fucking permission from Frogan to say that. Oh,
yes.
you cock.
You're my Habibi, I'm your Habibi. So yes, it's meant to be a fun way that these Arab content creators can express their Arab culture and be proud of it and happy about it, because it's not like they have massive representation on the platform.
Okay, that's fine with it. You can have that, right? But why would you have like a gradient? Good people, Muslim people, and then bad people, fucking Jews. That was the issue. In a different. Okay, let me give a good example. For how this would be fine. This could work perfectly fine, no problem. If it was like Arab, and then at the bottom hateful people, like actual hateful people, not like a fucking descriptor, like a fucking stereotype of Jewish people. Look, Sabra, hummus, that's like the most fucking clear-cut stereotype of a fucking Jewish person. Are you kidding me? That's why it was problematic in the first place. Like, this would be like, having like white people at the top, like oatmeal and milk, at the top section, and the bottom, black people. But you don't say black, you say, fried chicken, watermelon, grape juice. That's the same shit with this part. And he barely talks about, the last section, love Sabra, because he knows that if he did, it would ruin his argument 100%. And also, well, he never plays the part where he even explains, why this is bad. He just says, oh, he even says that it's anti-Semitic, but I don't think it is. He just carries on with no actual clip. This guy fucking sucks.
Why it isn't anti-Semitic.
This is racist.
If you're not Arab or understand Arab culture at all, which is a lot of Americans, and Ethan Klein presents you this tier list and calls it anti-Semitic, you're just gonna eat it up. It's not. Ethan is
no, because I have fucking logic in my head. That's what Ian like comes from his video, trying to defend Arab creators, but meanwhile he's dressed up like a fucking skinhead. Barely any fucking hair, right? A very bland white T-shirt,
proving his
and also
location
a silver tooth right here, if you could see it.
on this tier
What is
list
his
under
get
Love
up?
Sabra because he doesn't understand Arab culture. There's a lot of Arabs who eat Sabra. There's a lot of people like me who eat Sabra. A lot of the times it's all that's in the store, and I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna eat it, but it is not the good shit. Like the average Arab American, they're gonna go in the store and the only option they have is fucking Sabra. And that sucks that that's the only option, right? Arab communities and distribution facilities are not widespread across the US. So what are they left with? They're left with a common, relatable, shitty hummus, which is Sabra. And what's so fucking pathetic about this whole thing is after he was able to get these Arab creators banned off of Twitch for 30 days, he goes on.
Oh my god, bro, that is so bad faith. He just says, even got these creators banned by themselves. Okay, prove it. Give me a list of all the people and show me, what day they got banned, so I can cross investigate whatever, to what actions they did on that stream. If they did nothing bad and they still got banned after, it must have been Ethan's fault. Give me the fucking list. Give me the fucking list of people and their actions, to prove that Ethan got them banned and it was only Ethan's fault. You fucking moron. Now, coming up to the end of part 3, let me show this section and, just also have it next to my fucking reaction, my second reaction. Because when I saw this initially, I was like, holy fuck.
A Jewish thing or an Israeli thing, he can have that discussion as much as he wants on his podcast because we all know his intentions are anti-Semitic.
This is what he did. He hit his heart hard.
The Zionism.
That's what he plays a clip with fucking Ethan, there's a salute. Why do you give a shit about a Jewish person doing a salute? It's ironic. It's clearly ironic.
It's leading to not accepting other cultures, embracing their own culture, and instead thinking that that is an attack on you. There's this
That's so fucking ironic, dude. My god. The idea of, okay, to make it easier to understand, you have the Muslim culture and the Jewish culture, the Israeli culture, whatever, The Israeli culture won't accept, fucking the other part. That's why That was never the case at all. In this example, you're right. These fucking people right here, that, you know, that say free Palestine, they were so vitriolic and fucking venomous, right? They would never accept Ethan in the first place. So when you responded to that by, you know, being like, hey, what the fuck's going on? That's when the whole drama started. It was never started by fucking Ethan. When did he even have a fucking, you know, anti-Semitic tier list on his own show? He didn't. They did, you know, those fucking free Palestine people. So they caused it, you dumbass. Okay, so that's my summary of all the parts. Part 1, part 2, part 3. There you go. Now to make myself laugh again, I'm gonna show the outro to this video because it was so fucking funny and pathetic. Let me show it.
Cinderella, and Ethan was laughing during it. So that ended up being a pretty important wake-up call for Ethan. He made an apology video directed at Cutie Cinderella, and it was graded by a professional psychologist, Dr. Kirk Honda of Psychology in Seattle, and Ethan got an A+ rating.
In terms of a public apology, this is A+.
Oh my god.
Ethan won't stop talking.
Okay, so Ian, okay, when did that video come out? That apology video. Let me check real quick. Oh my god. Oh. 2 years ago. So Ian slided by that so much that he went and interviewed the psychologist, being like, okay, sorry, can you like look at his apology? No, let me show what he actually showed, because he showed, you know, the apology again, but also new clips of Ethan from today, from the modern era, and he's being like, okay, can you look at this stuff now and maybe tone down your grade for me, please, for this fucking petty video I'm making, please, oh please.
Drama, why are you such a spineless coward of a person now that you've inserted yourself and your girlfriend into this conversation?
Okay, Idubbbz, I hear you. You're in the room with me right now. I hear you. I hear your request. I understand it. I can understand where it's coming from. And I guess have a policy that when there is a grade for an apology, I am just grading that discreet apology as
fucking yes. This guy is so goddamn based. He had this fucking cock get an interview for him. You're like, please change this, you know, for my own feelings. And he's like, no, I give that grade based on what I saw from the video. I'm not gonna let you fuck me in the ass, you know, and maybe change that grading. Okay, get the fuck out of here. This guy's fucking, go sub to him. I have no idea what his name is, but he's fucking awesome.
When Psychology in Seattle was watching these video clips of Ethan, he said that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug. Now, of course, it kind of pisses me off to hear that shit, because I'm like, what are we doing? What are we saying? He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs.
Wow, this guy is definitely good faith, 100%. Okay, so fuck that. So the psychologist part was, you know, pathetic. Okay, but I'm being serious now. The next part is actually fucking stupid. It makes no sense. Like, once again, like, from Hassan's, you know, rhetoric, they do this thing again where they're like, Ethan, you need help. We love you so much. They do the most facetious, lying, two-faced shit ever. Let me play it.
I have challenged some of his most powerful haters to put down the haterade and just say something nice and charitable about him, because I think he deserves it.
Fuck you. Addendums, yes, awesome. Fuck you. You spend an hour criticizing him, you know, calling him a retard, and out of nowhere, you think you have the right to be like, listen, man, I still love you. You're fucking pathetic. Stop lying to me. I'm not as dumb as you, okay? Don't lie straight to my face. You're gonna give a shit if Ethan killed himself, okay? I'm just gonna say it. If Ethan killed himself, as in they'd be like, this sucks, but secretly they'd be like, yes. They'll all be fucking high-fiving each other. You don't give a shit at all. You're saying that, you know, oh, we love you, Ethan, for the sake of, you know, to appeal to people, to make yourself seem better. You lying fucking scum.
Just wanted to say that I respect that you are genuinely yourself on the internet. I think a lot of other people respect you for it as well. I think that's a big reason why people were drawn to your content in the first place. I think that's a lot of the reason why your employees chose to work with you over anyone else.
Ethan, I think it's respectable that you even began.
Wow, Sean's like awesome. The guy that made fun of Ethan as well.
Step into a more empathetic worldview. I know it's not easy.
Ethan Klein, I think that when
what the fuck are you doing
you're
here?
being silly, when you are being lighthearted, and just having fun with your friends. I think that
fun with friends, yeah, come on, yeah.
So I'd love to see more of that. That'd be sick.
I will be reading my
Frogan,
letter off because I don't want to sound robotic.
You lying. I'm gonna call her a bitch, but whatever. Why are you here? You cannot give a shit about Ethan at
You were
all.
one of the inspirations for me to start creating content, so all this has stunk. I hope you really hear this, and I wish.
That's what he's playing. The fucking Ethan. Noah Samson. Oh, he's playing the music from Ethan's old fucking soundtrack behind this, but also Noah Samson, the guy that's gonna get fucking sued into the ground. Why are you here? Okay, let's pause for a second. Who is this helping? Okay, if you're on the even crowd, you're not buying this because you know that's lying. If you're on this side or Noah Samson's side, it makes no sense. So okay, so you made a video saying that, you know, he backed up a genocide, but now you're saying like, hey, listen, man, I still like you. You look so dumb right now. This is not helping you at all. Why did you buy? Okay, if it wasn't Idubbbz, would you really say this? No, you wouldn't. You seem better, you know.
Did 8 years ago fighting.
Who's the last person he brought on?
Frivolous lawsuit. That was pretty fucked up. And fighting it, you know, he changed YouTube for the better. And I thought that was cool because I thought it was like he was fighting for free speech.
You know, I also see the dynamic.
Oh my, never mind. This fucking worm. The last segment is him fucking crying on camera like a little bitch.
It's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if you come to their defense, if that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
And I have
You're so pathetic, dude. Okay, so you're saying, you know, you and Ian and Nisa are very similar to Ethan and Healer. You're not at all. They have a backbone. They're actually brave. Also, that makes no sense. Oh, I feel really bad for for couples online like them. You know, they get harassment online. Okay, stand up for them. You know, give them, you know, help them out. Make some comments take That's all you have to do. But back when it happened, you didn't do shit. Stop lying to my face.
Kind of slipping into a very unhealthy place where it's gotten worse and worse, and I get criticized more and more, and I get more defensive and more pulled up, a feeling of almost infallibility that I could take anything on. It led me to make a lot of mistakes. And then
wow, this sounds really bad. If it wasn't, you know, like fucking 4 years ago.
Criticized for those mistakes, then I would act extremely
like it's so old, it's from the old set.
And nasty, and not really processing them in a healthy way.
Okay, we're done. Guys, I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but if it's like really long, like over half an hour, I'm so sorry for this. Yeah, so once again, you know, to repeat this for like the 100th time, this was so goddamn bad. The fact that, you know, he took a break, you know, from Content Corp because he didn't like it, and now he's coming back to go after one of his best friends that defended him back then. It's just so pathetic, you know, once again. Okay, let me find a synonym for apart from pathetic, because I hate that word already, you know, from how much I repeated in this fucking video. Pitiful, I like the word pitiful. Ian from Idubbbz is so pitiful after this video. I just can't respect him anymore. I mean, I didn't respect him for quite a while, but this new Content Corp just dropped that level to fucking like the Mariana Trench. It was that bad. And so unfortunately for me, being a commentary channel, I could not cover the Ethan response to this, which he's already made live on his show. So if you guys want to, go watch that. But apart from that, my opinion, my summary of this, it was awful. It was abysmal dog shit. I didn't like it, not a single bit. But apart from that, I hope you guys enjoyed it, even despite that. And I'll catch all y'all in the next video. Love you guys.